here alone today. You might see Cory enter in a few minutes. He is actually on his way home from work. But I thought I would go ahead and pick up the vlogging camera today to show you one of our favorite fall winter meals. So today we're gonna be making chili. So this chili is not your average chili. There's no beans and there's no beef. So it's not your normal chili, but it is the perfect chili for when it is like it is for us today. Just a nasty day, cloudy, rainy, gloomy. Nothing better than to make a big bowl of a warm chili with a little bit of heat in it and sit down and make your husband watch your favorite Christmas movie. So that's my plan for tonight. So I thought I would take you with me as I make this chili. So first I'm going to show you the ingredients and then I'm going to make it. And you guys are going to get a speed through on some of the parts that aren't as fun. But let me show you what I got here. So here we go. This is all the stuff that goes in this chili. And by the way, this chili is, whoop, turn that around. This chili is from a Home Chef recipe. We do alter it some. I add some different spices and I don't measure out anymore. I did the first few times, but we've made this enough. Matter of fact, Cory keeps telling me just to put it in our book already because I keep having to find this page when I make it. But it is actually a squash, a butternut squash, and a ground turkey chili. So it actually has no beans or beef in it, which we like. It's a little bit on the lighter side, but it still does pack a chili punch. So the tomatoes are going to be mostly for garnish. The onion, half of it goes in, and I'll get another onion to go as garnish. The recipe actually calls for red onion. I'll try to link or list the recipe below. The recipe actually calls for red onion, but we use sweet onion instead. And then the recipe just calls for chili, but I'm a sucker for some smoked paprika. I love the smokiness. And then I can't add chili to something and not add a little bit of cumin. And I just saw that I need to get out my crushed tomatoes because that's part of the recipe, as well as you do put a little bit of honey in there. And I know that sounds weird, but the honey adds such a little hint of sweet, especially when you add the chili and the smoked paprika. It's mwah. It's awesome. All right, so I'm gonna stop talking and I'm gonna get chopping. So I got my oil in the pan. I'm gonna get that hot and I'm about to put the onion in and then I'm going to chop my squash. So here we go. And in. Okay. So there's my onion. I'm gonna let that brown, and while that browns, I'm gonna dice my squash. supposed to let it cook for 5 to 7 minutes. You want your squash to brown and start to get soft. Okay. That's where we're at. And don't worry about the bottom of the pan. It won't look like that once it deglazes with the sauce. All right, so it's been 5 minutes. I'm about to add my ground turkey and see how the squash is browned and it's cooked down a good bit. That's what you want. So here we go. Obviously, I'm not adding this whole huge thing. This is from Sam's Club, so it's a lot. But I'm gonna add about half of this box. Okay. So I'm gonna brown that in there. Okay. I'm trying to break it up a little bit without breaking up my butternut squash too much. See, I have my meat in there browning. Now I'm gonna add my seasoning. So I'm gonna start with salt because everything needs salt. Next, I'm gonna add pepper. Gotta love pepper. Now it's time for what actually makes it chili, which is chili powder. I'm gonna do about 2 tablespoons to start with, and then later on we'll season it to taste. Okay, and then here's where I go rogue. Here's my smoked paprika, because Cory and I like some smokiness on a lot of our dishes. So I'm gonna add a little bit of smoked paprika. Oh, I love smoked paprika. I might add a little more. Smoked paprika. And then cumin. All right. Stir all these yummy goodnesses, seasonings in. Okay. And now I'm gonna add the rest, and this really just cooks down. Okay. Get that stirred in good. Now it's starting to actually look like a chili. Alrighty. Now, let's see what's next. Let's see what's next. We're here. Crushed red pepper, crushed tomato, water, honey, and salt and pepper. Here we go. All right, so our chili is to a boil. So I'm gonna turn it down to simmer. We're gonna put the lid on it, and we're gonna let it cook for about 10 to 12 minutes, it says. Okay, so while our chili is thickening, before we give it the taste test to see if we want to add any seasoning, let's talk garnishments. So the recipe calls for you to leave some of your red onion out, which we only have sweet onion, and I'm the only one that uses it, so I'm gonna cut a little bit of this and dice it because it gives a good crunch. And then I'm gonna also dice this tomato because that is wonderful on it as well, and that is in the recipe. They call for cheddar cheese, which we have some, or we've also put like Mexican blend cheese. That works good on there. Sour cream is amazing on it. Cory doesn't put sour cream. He doesn't like sour cream, but it adds a coolness and a creaminess. I've been trying to talk him into trying it, but it's awesome. And then the other thing that we've done sometimes, but not every time, is cilantro. If you have cilantro, cilantro is good on it, but it's not a make or break. So if you don't have it, if you don't forget to pick it up or whatever, I wouldn't like run to the store like, oh no, my meal is ruined. But if you have it, it's good. So I'm gonna chop these, and by the time I get all this chopped, it's gonna be probably time to serve up the chili. This doesn't take long at all. All right, time to check on our chili. So here we go. All right, here we go. I think it's about done. Look how much it's cooked down. So it was up here, now it's down to there. Oh yeah, nice and thick. And it'll cool, it'll get a little bit thicker as it cools. So I think it's gonna be perfect. So now I'm just gonna put it in the bowls and we will garnish it. So here's mine. I have the onion, tomato, sour cream, and cheese. And Cory just has tomato and cheese. So there are our beautiful chilies. So now is the taste test. Okay, so I'm gonna taste it. Which I already know I love it, unless I did something horribly wrong, because it's so good. But you gotta get a little bit of everything. That crunch. Perfect. So the cheese, I mean, cheese is good on everything, but the freshness from the tomato and the crunch of the onion with this creaminess of the sour cream and that butternut squash turns into like almost a bean or potato consistency. It's so starchy and good. Perfect for this kind of weather. So hopefully this sounds good to you and you can make you a nice warm bowl of chili and join us for a movie night one night. So I hope you enjoyed this Vlogmas video. Make sure to like so that we know you are enjoying Vlogmas, especially this video, so I know you enjoy cooking videos. And make sure to subscribe because we have a lot of content right now so you can see what's coming next your way. And I will see you next time.